Okay, we're going to perform some alternative applications to original Koryo. They're alternative because they don't rely on the kick, block, punch paradigm that everybody's used to. The attempt is to bring in a multiplicity of techniques and applications that are part of the Taekwondo arsenal, but are rarely ever seen. And in these older forms, it's sometimes easier to see them. The beginning of it starts out usually as a middle block, but we have to remember that many of the forms were stylized, and for aesthetic reasons they were changed. Open hands became fists, downward blocks became different ones. So the first one I'd like to start with is, instead of the standard downward knife hand so-called block, we're going to perform it this way, which is done in some of the early Wu Quan forms. And the reason we're doing that is I may not know in a low light situation where my opponent is. This gives me the feeling to just find where they are. In boxing, this is called ranging. It's actually illegal. But once I know where my target is, I really don't have to think very hard as to where I'm going to go next. In addition, if I have contact with somebody and they move, I can actually pick up that movement faster than I can visually. If you've had puppies or dogs that are sitting next to you and they put their paws next to you, so as soon as you move, they know that they're no longer comfortable. It's the same concept. The next motion is this, the four-knuckle strike. Normally, it's told that you're attacking here. That's actually, I don't want to say useless, but it doesn't do what you think it's going to do. This actually is not a strike point in terms of Kyushu. It's actually a rub point. If you come here and you just do that, you can see you get an effect. Just doing this annoys them. And in dangerous street situations, you may actually end up with their teeth embedded in your knuckles. What people tend to forget is this strike actually comes out this way and then rotates. And just like in our punch, we tend to think that this is the final position which we strike at, and this is the final position at which we strike. It's generally not. You make contact, and then it rotates to cause further damage. So bearing this in mind, we can pick other targets, such as stomach 9, where we would come in, strike vertically, and then twist for more damage. We can pick, if our opponent is turned, we can come in right in here and turn. And lastly, I'd like to look at this hand position. So many people do it like this, which is actually incorrect. You'll damage your thumb. But if you think of it as exposing this bone right here, which is supported by the forearm bones, and you strike with that, and instead of turning it like you would as if it was a punch, you give it a flick, quick pop, to give it an energy transfer. And if you pick something like the side of the neck, this would come in and basically pop down. It seems rather innocuous, but it actually produces a knockout instantly. You will see this formation in a lot of forms, sometimes referred to as a cup and saucer. Really what it's saying is, I've grabbed something. Whether it's a wrist or any kind of technique, I am holding something in order to prevent them from moving away. So I've just attacked this individual. I'm going to pull them, and whichever knee is available is the one I'm going to go for. So the motion would be in, bam, and take it out. Usually that'll end the fight right there. So I've attempted this, but let's say I've lost control for some reason, okay? I'm waiting, I don't want that other hand to attack, I've stumbled through this. I'm going to take this and strike either the side of the neck or under the jaw. And again, just like it's performed, I want that little twist at the end to stretch the nerves. From here, we're turning into a knife hand. Now, this doesn't mean I've turned and now I am blocking somebody from behind, because if you think about it, if I blocked his hand here, I can't reach him with this in a back stance. So, I've just attacked and attacked. I'm now going to reach, turn them, and attack. Our next move, here. I want you to pay special attention to the positions of the thumbs. They are pointing straight ahead at an angle. What we're looking for lies on either side of the larynx. In acupuncture terms, it's called stomach 9. And this overlies the carotid arteries and the vagus nerves, which control the heart. Striking straight into them does a tremendous amount of damage. As a matter of fact, in acupuncture, it's considered one of the forbidden points. You don't want to needle it. However, this hand formation is unique in that because of the formation, you don't have to look and you can find it instantly. So even in the dark or in a grappling situation, it's available to you. So in our technique, we're going to strike straight in. Now, we're told that we're going to pull the head down and strike it. That is almost impossible to do in a person that resists. She weighs a lot less than me in my overweight self. Resist. I literally can't pull her down. However, if I strike into the inguinal crease, they'll fold with no effort whatsoever. So in reality, we're grabbing here after striking, and we're kicking into the inguinal crease in order to bring the head down. The next point we're going to lies on both sides of the neck, just under the occipital bone, and is done in a 45-degree angle up. And we're going to approach that with the big knuckles of our hand, and you can see they will fit directly into it. This will produce an instant knockout. Now, if we continue the scenario that we have, strike here, probably a knockout right there. Knee into the inguinal crease to take them down. Bilateral strike right into gallbladder 20. They probably will not get up after. Next move consists of putting the hand out, turning, and going into an elbow strike. Putting the hand out, turning, and going into an elbow strike. If somebody is attacking, one of the quickest ways to block it without an official block is to simply take it right up on my triceps. Just stick my arm straight out, and even if they attack with force, it's effortless. Once I'm at this point, all I have to do is put my hand here. Now, I don't want to get hit here, so as I turn, I'm going to flick to destabilize the knee. That too is almost effortless, and there is my elbow strike.